Okay, everyone, I'm Ceci. This is the Putting You On podcast, and I'm going to put you on. This episode, I talked to Kate Gaffney, who's a local LA comic. We did her hair. We did an all-over color, took her from kind of a brassier, lighter brown to more of a milk chocolatey color. Plus, we also cut it. I didn't have to take any length, but just do some face framing and some long layers. Give her some volume and bounce. It looked great at the end. You can check it out. And we talked about the comedy scene in different cities. We talked about sex and comedy and amongst the comedians. We watched part of the most recent Jubilee debate, which was supposed to be one progressive versus 20 alt-right Republicans, but it actually turned out to be one educated immigrant versus 20 dumbass fascists. So check it out and hit subscribe. Thanks. So wait, where are you originally from? Are you from the East Coast?
Well, kind of. I'm from Milford, Ohio, which is like East Coast vibes-ish.
Yeah.
Similar to kind of like Chicago, where you're like, I get it.
Right. Yeah. The vibe is there.
The vibe is there. For sure.
Wait, when did you come to LA?
I moved in 2010, a long time ago, 15 years, not forever. So I've been out here hustling for a long time.
Yeah.
But I didn't start doing comedy until like 3 years ago.
I was just going to ask you that. Okay,
Yeah.
So you've been here comedy-wise 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I worked at the Comedy Store before I started doing comedy.
What?
Yeah. So that was it was real kismet.
Wait, why did you do that?
Because I feel like the universe was just like, will you fucking do this thing? And I was so scared. So I loved writing jokes. I was writing them all the time. And I was just that would be really fun. But that's for other people because it's so scary. And then a girlfriend of mine who used to manage a bar where I bartended was like, hey, I'm managing at this place called the Comedy Store. I'm like, this place called the Comedy Store. I was like, okay. Oh, really? What's it called? How do you spell it? And she was like, you come work here. And I was like, what? I have a job. I was bartending and I wasn't making a ton of money, but I was like, nah, I don't know. So I think about it. I don't know how competitive it is to get a job there. I know nothing about it.
Right.
On the job side. And I happen to be, this is such kismet. I ignore her text. I happen to be walking a dog on Sunset past the Comedy Store a random Friday night. And she runs outside and she was like, Kate, you're ignoring my text. Come in here right now.
That's so funny.
It's just all kismet. And I was like, okay. So I walk in with this dog and she was like, meet so-and-so. So she's introducing me to management. And she was like, if you don't apply for a job here, you're an idiot. She's like, we get people calling and coming in here every day, all the time who want jobs here. And I was like, oh, maybe I need to listen to the universe a little bit.
Right.
So I applied. I go through 3 rounds of interviews. I get it. And I was like, okay, here we go. And it was hands down the hardest, most wild, soul stealing service job I've ever had in my life. Yes.
What? Why? Why?
Well, if you it was being thrown in the deep end with celebrities, because I had seen and interacted with a fair amount of celebrities just being in LA for as long as I was, but never in a way where they're talking to you like a human and you're their friend now, and they're
right.
They kind of treat you like a gatekeeper when you're on staff there. You're not. But
right.
They think you have some kind of influence in a weird way. So they're kind of kiss-assy to you, which warps your brain a little bit. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not, what? What is
right.
happening right now? And then you're seeing the best of the best people bomb. And you're seeing people who you're I watched Bill Burr, he's one of my favorite comics.
Same.
He's so smart.
I love him.
He's so smart.
So smart.
And I watched him eat shit a couple times because he was trying new stuff in the belly room. And I watched it not rattle him at all. I watched him handle it super well. And I was like, oh, I'm watching people I'm watching genius level performance here.
Right.
And so I was like, they could tell I was paying attention. So then comics started to ask me what I thought of this joke, or where does this go? Or what do you think of this? Because to make waitresses laugh there is really hard because we've heard your set 67
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever. And so I was giving notes, and a handful of comics heard me giving notes to one comic, and they were like, oh, well, what did you think of this and that? And it was really fun to be able to be oh, I can now listen in a scientific kind of way. And
you're studying a little bit.
It felt that way. I was like, oh, I'm going to school here. But again, totally in denial, not thinking I'm going to be doing comedy.
Right.
And then a comic named Lucas Hurl, who's the nicest guy, started doing these videos. And he was like, hey, I want your, can you help me do punch up or whatever? And so I started doing that. And I was like, this is really, really, really fun. I want to keep doing this.
Right.
But that job, There was one day, I don't drink anymore, but I was drinking at the time. And there was one day I had a shift that started at 8 a.m. and I worked until 2 a.m. because it was like we had an event and then we had this and we had that. And you're doing like basically 6 shows in the main room, which is, it doesn't sound crazy for that long of a shift, but you're doing, it's a 2-drink minimum every show, no matter what, no matter how long the show is. So if the show's an hour, you got to get 150 people to at least 2 drinks, and you got to do that 6 times. It's just like, it was just a lot.
That is a lot.
And do that whilst like bartenders are giving you shots and shit. So it's just a lot. So the comedy store was like a, I don't know, it was baptism by fire, but it was also, you learn a lot. It is comedy school. You see people eat shit a lot, and then you get included in things. And so that's, I don't know, it was just, it's a way to like heighten your awareness. I recommend it to anybody who, like, I wouldn't do the door guy program if I wanted to get into comedy. I would definitely be a server there or a bartender because you get to listen more.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like the door guys are outside.
You're stuck,
Yeah, you don't really hear the sets. You don't really know.
That's true. It's a really good hack.
Yeah, and you also don't hear how they change it because, like, someone like who am I thinking of? Neil Brennan. He's very well known, especially in like the alt world, especially for his connection to Chappelle. You don't really see him doing mics, but you do see how he can use the main stage as a mic, and that's crazy. Like the main stage of the Comedy Store.
I mean, I feel like once you get to be a certain status or known for being at least always kind of funny, you can get away with more. You know what I mean? By playing with it.
Yeah, and it's fun to like. It's fun to watch them evolve, and like, I don't know, it just made me love it. But is that how long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy for 1.5 years.
You are so new.
Yeah.
You are so good.
So thank you.
How the fuck are you so new?
Yeah, well, depression's a hell of a thing, right? Like that'll fucking get you to do some shit.
Sure will.
Yeah, no, I was like literally, I was in a hardcore depression, and I was like, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, you were like,
I was in it, right?
Oh,
so, but you get to that point where like, then nothing matters. So you don't care what anyone thinks and you don't care about shit. So I was like sitting on my couch one night and I wrote something I thought was funny, and I've always wanted to try it, or at least my dad always said I should. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go right now. And I like looked up to see if there were any, and it was Monday, so I went to the Lyric Hyperion.
Oh my God, you started at that one?
Yeah,
that's a show.
And that's the thing, I didn't know anything.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Exactly. Like I know nothing.
Ooh, girl.
So I show up and I like, put my name in, and I was like, wait, I'm like, this is a bucket thing? I'm like, what does that mean? And they were like, oh, well, we'll pull names and you'll see if you get to go. And I was like, so listen, I was like, my balls have dropped today. Like I have to do this today. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. Like I need to do it now,
Good for you.
And he goes, well, you're a girl and we don't get a lot of them, so you'll probably go. And I was like, wait, I go, how many people go on? He goes, about 25. And I was like, wait, how many people sign up? And he was like, oh, we'll see like 60, 70 comics. And I was like, oh, this is like a thing, right? Like I'm in my brain. And then the other thing too is like comedy open mic. I didn't think of it being like, oh, the audience is all comics. I was like, I just hear open mic, you know what I mean? So I went up, I did my thing. It went fine. It went great. I felt better. So then I was like, oh, I'm going to go next week. And then it just turned into now like what I'm doing.
So wait, you went back to Lyric to do it again?
Yeah.
Because that, like, people don't that's a show. That's like, it's not just comics in the audience. That's like an audience, like Lyric is such a good spot for that. Oh, bless your soul. And the fact that you had the balls to go back truly speaks to your depression. Because like there is no laughing.
Right. I also think the fact that like I know nothing is good for me.
It's a superpower.
It is.
Yes.
No, it is, because I don't care as much. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. And I still really fucking don't. Like in the way of like at mics, I don't know. You're going to have to tell me about the mic you just were about to tell me about with Everett. I have to hear it. Because here's the thing, right? So like, I host over there too. And oh, girl.
You gotta
and I will, because you know the name that's going to come up.
I do.
So tell me about the mic that Everett, this was at No Bad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Everett was hosting. I was going to do 3 in a row. I ended up just doing 2 in a row. It was nighttime. And the vibes were weird, and this is that's gonna sound like such a fucking Gen Z thing to say, but like it was just, how sometimes you walk into a mic and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get no laughs. The energy is gonna. It's kind of like how when you walk in a fourth wall, you're like, I just know what I'm walking into.
I've never been there.
Yeah, smart. Save yourself the headache. God bless. I just feel like you could just tell. You're like, no one's in the mood. Also, and this is so rude, and I don't care. There's a certain like grouping that happens. People will see certain names on the slotted and they're like, oh, I want to sign up because so-and-so's on there. And I think like the same energetic type of people kind of follow one another to different mics. Mm-hmm. I don't book my mics like that. I book it based on how lazy I want to be with driving. End of list. Like I don't care who's there.
Yeah.
And it helps that Everett was hosting because I love him. So I was like, oh, we're going to have an interesting night, because there were a handful of people that walk in and I see Everett go, and his like shoulders go forward. And I was like, okay, something's going on.
Wait, who did you see?
Well, I don't want to name names because I'm scared.
Fair.
I'm scared. I'll tell you when we're not.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm like, there's like something I don't know. But Everett handles it really well. He like gets on stage and he's like, all right, girls and boys, we're gonna have a great time. Like this is gonna be a great mic. And you see almost everyone on their phones. And I'm like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah.
Well, Everett calls it out.
Good.
Because he's like, listen, like if you want love, you gotta give it whatever. So people are like, okay. So it goes okay. But there's a certain comic that's on this particular mic who is just a shock jock type of comic. And I think he's, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I feel like I do.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's nice enough off stage. I've talked to him about some of his political stuff just to try to understand where he's coming from a little more, because I don't want to be the person that's right out the gate like, what the fuck? But also, I think part of his marketing strategy is in Los Angeles to be this the trout swimming upstream.
Right.
And so he gets on stage and he starts talking about how men who hate women can still get laid. And he's like, he does a trans joke. He's just punching just so down. And it's like kind of tired and kind of boring. And he's getting like chuckles from like some other insecure men, whatever. And Everett isn't having it.
Know your audience.
No, you read a room. And so Everett gets on stage and goes, oh, good. Something like, oh, fuck, I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but something like, maybe when you leave here, you can go kill yourself or something like Jesus. Something very, very Everett and very like aggressive. Well, is it and says, say that again. So he goes, oh, you can go kill yourself. And he was like, what'd you say, Everett? And Everett's like, oh, it's not worth it. Whatever. I'll keep it moving. Whatever. So the energy kind of shifts, not because of Everett, I think because of the set. So everybody, we move on. It kind of dies out. Everett's having a hard time. And no one's having fun. The next mic rolls around and that comic leaves. A whole other group of people who have just decided that they want to punch down. It was like, I felt like how when I performed in Austin, I was like, oh, this is just like a group of Austin comics just saying stuff. Mm-hmm. We get transgender jokes using the slur from this one guy. We get jokes about Palestinian kids eating sand and how that's funny because they're starving.
Oh my God.
The oxygen is leaving the room for some of us. Everett's really upset. Then we get a slew of just LGBTQ, just aggressive. They weren't even jokes. They weren't even premises. They were just like statements to be offensive.
Yep.
We get a succession of those. Then a comic gets up who claims to be a teacher, and he goes, oh, what did he say?
God damn it. You better not be going where I think you're going.
Mm-hmm. He was like, some version of justifying having the 10 Commandments up on walls, the new policies, something with the new administration policies, goes on to defend Epstein, is like, it was, I don't want to get, it's going to be obvious, so I have to be so okay. Anyway, this comic has done these jokes before.
Okay. Now this one, I don't know who you're talking about.
I've only seen him twice.
Okay.
And every time I've seen him, it's been basically this set, but he went harder because it was so obvious he was losing everyone. So I get up like, I don't know, 6th or 7th. And the first thing I say is, I was like, I'm from a town where the billboards all say hell, and I've had to clutch my pearls several times tonight. Like, this is a crazy mic.
Yeah.
And Everett goes, okay, from the like side or whatever. And the guys are pissed. Because I think I was the only girl at this mic. They are pissed that I called it out. They're pissed. And I didn't even say, like, you guys shouldn't use slurs. Like, I wasn't using it as a TED Talk.
Right.
But I was like, the energy sucked. And also, I feel like, and this is probably, I don't know if this has been your experience. This is probably unfair. But I sometimes think people go to these mics without the intention of actually practicing mics that they would do on a show or take on the road or do anything with. They literally just want to upset the people in front of them because there's some sort of gratification that they're getting off of like a potentially progressive group of people being really offended that they're using slurs.
Right.
And like, I don't get it.
I honestly, so like the first comic you were talking about, I was at a mic with him, and I was the only girl, and that room got weird because every comic before me, and I was like 6th or 7th, made rape jokes that were like not funny though, like not good. I love a good rape joke because I love a good joke, right?
Same.
I was sitting there like, what is happening in here right now? I thought this was an open mic, not a fucking like meeting for sex offenders. Like that's how it felt. So like I went up on stage after everyone and I just went up to the mic and I was like, rape. And they all just start cracking up. And I go, you know, the way I feel about rape jokes is how I feel about the F word and the N word. If you're not black or gay, you probably shouldn't say it.
Good for you.
And I was like, so I'm going to assume that everyone in this room earned their joke the same way that I did.
I just got chills all over my whole body. Good for you. I hope they were so uncomfortable.
And one guy was like, for sure. And then the next comic, male comic, who I really, his comedy is okay, but I really like him as a person. But he went up there and then he told a story about when he was.
I could cry.
Yeah, I wanted to cry. And it was a nice moment though.
Like he wasn't even trying to be funny. He's like, you're about to hear this story.
Yeah, he wasn't, and it wasn't a fuck you to me. It was like,
no, that's not to you at all. That's to them.
Sharing, exactly.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And is he someone that, like, when he shared it, did people like
you could tell men were feeling different. Exactly.
Yeah, I want you to be uncomfortable. You gotta, if you're gonna listen, stand on business. If you're gonna say the really uncomfortable thing, like if you are gonna use the N word, if you are gonna use the F word, if you're gonna use any of the slurs, be prepared to get your ass beat.
Yeah. And that's just it, right? Like they love to practice their free speech and then they get mad when people do it back.
Ooh.
And it's like,
say that again.
You know what I mean?
Ooh. Yes.
Like you can have yours, but I can't have mine.
Yes.
Like, okay, dude. Well, when I make my retard joke about you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause that's when and like, listen, I know that's a bad one too. Like we're not supposed to use the R word and I don't use it like in conversation and stuff. And it's really rare. I use it on stage. I did try it though recently at a mic and I was like, okay. Even referring to Elon Musk as one bothered people. I was like, I'm so irritated with people. Like, you're defending Elon Musk right now if you get upset, you know, because I was making a joke about how like since I started doing all the debate stuff and whatever, my DMs are like fucking crazy and very polarized. Like they either, dude, my DMs either say, you're my hero or I hope you get raped.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And I was like, when I read them, I'm just like, there's no fucking nuance anymore. Like, why can't I be your hero and you want to rape me? You know what I mean? So I made the joke about that. And then I make the joke about like two things can be true at once. So the joke I make after that is like Elon Musk. He has autism and he's retarded. So So I'm like making the distinction that they're not the same thing, first off. And also, like, those are both true.
Two things can be true.
Right. Okay. But yeah.
But it makes people clench their buttholes.
But it does. And that's when I go into the whole, and when people do that, I just kind of like, you know what? You got hung up on the word, so you missed the message.
Listen, from that statement, you should write that fucking down. That's a hell of a statement.
It's true. That's what people do. They get hung up on a word, they miss the message. So what you heard was that, but so right now what you're defending is a fucking billionaire to me.
Hello.
You know, I don't care.
That's a really, really good point. Do you feel like what style of comedy would you use?
I'm a storyteller.
But do you use shock as a piece of that?
No.
Or do you just straight up tell the story?
Yeah. I don't do shock. I don't feel like my stories don't really need to add shock to them.
As a woman, I can concur.
Yeah, like I don't really need to add much to that. Yeah. But also, like, I feel like I don't like comics that rely on shock.
It's a crutch.
It's a crutch.
Yes, I think that
I get falling to it every now and then if you need it, right?
Sure.
Because you can't seem to find another way around it. But,
absolutely.
But like people who are just like shock value comic, whatever, not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I think it's kind of like...
They always think it's so fucking profound when they use a slur. It's
it's not profound.
It's not.
Any of us could say it at any point.
Exactly.
That was how I felt in Austin. I was like, if you didn't use the keyword... Like,
have you
performed there?
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Yeah. You know what's so funny is how many people, like my brother and dad were like, you should move to Austin, Ceci. I was like, it is a city of incels. Okay?
It sure is.
That is a city of fucking incels. I've never heard the F word said more frequently in my fucking life.
Also in conversation, not
That's
just
what I
on
mean.
stage.
That's what I mean though. When I heard it said, I don't mean on stage.
Hello.
I'm talking casual, walking past people, like, what the fuck? Yeah. Everyone's always like, Austin's so progressive. I'm like, it's not. I'm like, okay, maybe compared to the rest of Texas,
but the bar's in hell.
But it's still not. Exactly.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't get an abortion there. You can't watch porn there. You can't smoke weed there. That's not liberal for me.
Like, yeah, you also can't basically be a woman with an opinion.
Oh yeah, you also can't be trans.
Forget that. That doesn't exist there.
They put it through in law that it is illegal. And you will go to fucking federal prison for 2 years.
Oh, I missed this news piece. Are you joking or serious right now?
No, this is dead ass serious. This happened like 4 months ago.
So if you are trans identifying, you can go.
You can be locked up.
What the why?
Yeah, dude.
They
even tried to pass a law. Dude, they're trying to pass a law right now for hairdressers where we're not going to be allowed to do certain haircuts for certain people.
Oh, fuck you. Are you joking?
Texas is trying that one. The fucking insanity of it. It's wild. These people out here. And here's the thing, like with the whole Trump support, like I will never say like, oh, these people are getting what they deserve. Because like nobody deserves to have their kid like killed in a flood and shit.
Right. That's right.
But like you got what you voted for.
You got what you voted for.
Okay, not what you deserve. Nobody deserves this kind of leader.
He said he was going to do all of it. He said he was going to do everything.
That's the funny part. I don't know what they heard. Yeah. I don't know what they heard. I'm just like, you got. Like, that's what happened. He is known for being a con man, and you got.
But the truth is, he was fully transparent on this one. He said when he was running what he was going to do. So it's like, yeah,
I mean, he really did, though. I mean, and these people who don't want to do their fucking homework, and that's the thing, they don't want to do their homework.
Mm-hmm. And you
talk about Project 2025 with me, like, because this is now what I'm doing. So I'm literally researching shit all day long. Really? You know, it's intense shit.
To be able to talk about it, or just to like for your own brain.
Both, but more to be able to talk about it because, you know, since I'm doing debates, it's like you have to know what you're talking about. Oh my God. Jubilee is pissing me off actually a little bit because they're the people I do the debates for, right? Yeah. So they just put out a debate. It was 20 alt-right Republicans versus like one liberal or something. The people that they casted for this though, because they do interviews with us first to like hear what we think and stuff. These were not far right. These were straight up Nazi fascists surrounding this Indian guy, basically. Oh, that makes sense. It was literally like one immigrant versus 20 fucking racists is what it was.
Were all the 20 white people?
Yeah. Oh, no. No, that's the worst part. They're not. Let me show you.
What?
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh, it's worse, actually.
Oh, it's so fucked up. There's a goddamn Iranian guy that's like talking about getting rid of immigrants. I'm like, what is happening?
But I think some of that is the like, they're scared that if they don't voice themselves as a part of, they're going to be next. And it's like, oh, you'll be next anyways, sweetie.
Exactly.
You're not white.
They
You're
don't
next.
look at you as
It's hard not. Oh, this is the guy.
Yeah, this is insane. Hold on, let me pull up. Oh God, I cannot sit through this whole. Oh, this guy was an asshole. Oh my God, wait, we'll go back to him. This one that's laughing on screen right now is a weirdo.
Nice to meet
pleasure
you.
to meet you, sir.
Mandy, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-Constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because
Oh, he's like proud of himself for saying that?
in regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us.
Yes.
And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography.
Making children and women be victimized.
This guy, this one, I guarantee he's a predator.
Yes.
When men go straight to porn for their first,
Jump out the gate? Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly, there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So, quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset. So I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay.
It's in the Constitution.
I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the
Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Proud.
whenever it's in your favor.
He's proud of being a hypocrite?
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
Whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So can Democrats do the same when they're in office?
No, absolutely not. Because
you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I completely agree, and
So
that's
you
part of
support
the problem.
Trump? You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I can't even remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted. I kind of voted just to.
I came with this argument, but I'm bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that if we are able to enact local leaders,
Who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
brown people. So,
well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white,
So
and it should stay that
How
way.
does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under your... Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well,
saying your name.
I use
Connor,
a pseudonym online.
Fair enough.
But
Connor.
fair enough.
He uses a pseudonym online.
What a fucking pussy.
Because he's a fucking troll and a total pussy. That's
And a
what I said.
predator.
The first time I was like, you pussy.
Yeah, usually stand on business.
Connor,
Fair enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people who shouldn't be here.
No, I didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What does the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's under a sort of benevolent leader, such as
Where does he
Franco.
come from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No, but
who
who picks the autocrat?
frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can
Well, sure.
have a vote to get to that state.
And then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do
that,
Because
How do
I'm
you
white.
know?
Because I'm white. Because he's a fucking racist.
Love that for him. His energy's so grounded because he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Mehdi, I've seen him debate. He always is so cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
Will totally drop disses back though. Like he's a good debater.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
How do you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right?
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Are you a fan of the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at all.
I didn't say that. I didn't actually say that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
what about the persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support
anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution and stuff like that, which is bad.
We may have to rename this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping just to get my set of where everyone is on this. Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not.
During the pre-war period, prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat cats. They were aristocrats.
Are you in favor of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
You mentioned Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only killed combatants. Is that what you...
Fact check. Love it.
Yeah, he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The White Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, our
flag like going up. What
So when Jubilee, right? So the flags are, they give you 2 minutes of your talk time, but then after that, people can start voting you out. Like if they don't think you're doing well, and some people put their flags up because they have a point, so they want to get to the table. So once more than half the circle has their flags up, your time's up, and they switch you out.
Okay, even if you're mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Like, get up, get out. Okay.
Are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests? I mean, priests don't brandish guns and kill people.
You just refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone any questions.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a Nazi and being a Nazi
is mutual,
and being a Nazi means upholding human dignity, because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in a state that I was running. I wouldn't want to hurt you or anything like that. But quite frankly,
I don't debate fascists.
Okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you
don't
just seem
know
offended.
what you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about.
He's giving him so many opportunities to walk it back.
He really is. He's like, take the door.
Just say it.
Though about being called a Nazi is the whole thing.
I never called you a Nazi.
I care
You
about
called
doing
yourself
the right
a Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly. Because the whole
And
thing.
you don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in democracy.
What are you doing here at a televised debate?
Because,
This is democracy. I want to debate and disagree.
Because it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But
And then after that, what? You'll
Yeah.
never speak again? You'll never give your opinion?
Yeah,
Like,
you're out then?
right. Like, cool. You're just going to take what you're given and fall in line?
it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I
mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment
the
we're in
whole
is
reason-
that you guys are so open about it.
The
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say
I
the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
past him because of the Nazi
even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against me.
Who the fuck is punishing him?
I mean, you're a white man.
Just that simple.
He just gives up. He's like, I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything else.
I'm not sure what you want to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right. Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I can't say the same, but thank you.
How does he do against women?
All right. Pause. You've been
Same.
voted out by the majority. Please
So
return
he's
to your
even.
seat.
Same.
I love that.
He does not change his tone.
I love that,
nothing.
actually.
Yeah, he's really actually, I mean, he's very educated. He knows
Clearly.
what the fuck he's going to talk about. And again, like, I'm glad that he doesn't give fuel to that bullshit too,
Yes.
though. You know, like, why would I'm not debate someone who doesn't believe in debates?
Yeah. You don't believe in democracy. What are we doing
What are
now?
you doing?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt with Candace. And I'm not going to lie, I wish I had. So when I debated Candace, it was a little different because the first time, so the first Jubilee debate I did was against Lila Rose, who's a pro-life leader.
Yeah.
And I was super aggressive, whatever, and my comments and stuff were crazy. But the comments I noticed the most were like, I agree with her, I just think that she's too aggressive or too whatever.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I don't want to lose people because of that.
Good.
If they agree with me.
Good for you for paying attention to the feedback.
Well, yeah, I've done with it. But anyway, so I went to Candace a little differently. I was like, okay, I won't be as aggressive. Like, I'll let her speak, like, you know, be cooler. And the comments don't change. The comments don't change
because you're a woman
at all. And it's because I'm a chick. Damn. It's because you're a chick. If you're going to open your mouth, say something they don't like or don't want to hear, they're going to say that you're an asshole, you're aggressive, you're whatever. So, like, fuck that. I'm just going to be who I am now.
Good.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, you can't win them all. No. And I'd rather win people being the real me than some, like, fucking facade that I put on at the table. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Fuck that. But with Candace, I was annoyed debating her, and I wish I had said it. I should have just said it. But with Jubilee, like, because I like what they do and stuff, but she's not the person who should be debating that. Like, I'm debating the poster child for feminism. You're a black woman who makes money off of her opinion.
Sure.
You couldn't exist without it. Literally, you couldn't exist without it. Like, I was so irritated. I was like, where's the bitch who churns butter for her fucking kids? You know what I mean? Like, that's the person who should be here.
Yeah.
Not the one who's benefiting from all of it. Like, the one who truly doesn't want it.
Yeah.
So it was really annoying debating her, especially because her claims were worded in a way that could never be disputed or not. Because, like, the claim that I had to argue with her, which I was so pissed off by, was women would be happier at home with kids than in their career, right? Or they'll get more happiness out of children than a career. There's no data. There's no statistic. There's nothing to back that claim.
It's just a statement.
It's just a statement. It's just an opinion. And you're allowed to it, but fucking stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Because I can't debate this. How am I supposed to debate this? Other than you saying it is and I say it isn't. And well, who's the example here? You? The woman with a career and kids? Exactly.
Yeah, like what?
I told her, I don't know what you're doing here.
It's hypocrisy, though, to be like women would. So her position was women would rather stay home with the kids.
Yes.
Did you straight up say to her, then why aren't you?
Yes.
And what'd she say?
Multiple. I even asked her, I go, Candace, I just name a decade. When would you be comfortable?
This clip I saw.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you're a black woman. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
And also, she wants to leave racial politics out of it, which you can't really, because she wants to undo progress. So that would then end up touching the civil rights movement, the feminist movement. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's all human rights fight.
Why?
So you undo one, what the fuck you think is going to happen next? They Roe v. Wade, you know, and what's next? Gay marriage.
Jesus.
And the only reason they didn't do gay marriage first is because it's still men they'd be fucking with. They can hit women first.
That's such a good point. That's so upsetting. That's such a good point.
It's just the truth.
Yeah.
Especially because we have so many dumbass women who are totally against themselves.
Well, did you see the Alaskan, the I don't know if she's governor, was she the governor or senator? I don't know what she was. It was like the final vote for the Project 2025, who's now sobbing, who's like, they're not doing anything that they said they were going to do. No shit.
She's an idiot.
Like, yeah, you played yourself. You thought that they were going to keep their word to you?
They really did.
Oh my God. It's just like.
They really did, though. So fucking stupid. They're so stupid.
I just don't even.
You know, that kills me more than anything, though, is all the stuff that they voted for, right? They voted because they thought it was going to happen to everyone else.
That part.
They voted for how they wanted us to be treated and not them. Well, you're going to get this too. Just like if you're an autocracy, stupid, you can't speak anymore. Like they always think the rules aren't going to apply to me because I'm 100%. White or because I'm straight or because I'm whatever.
But those are people who haven't had consequences in their lives.
Yeah, but the thing that they don't realize yet, and they hopefully one day, I hope, do come across it, is that no one is okay unless you're a billionaire.
That's
the
right.
only color that matters is green.
That's right.
That's fucking it.
That's the only protected class.
Obviously, we have a fucking immigrant that just fired thousands of federal. We literally let an immigrant take American jobs. He's from South Africa.
Yeah, no one would talk about the irony of that. And then now Trump's being like, well, I might revoke his, what did he say, his green card or something. He has some sort of.
Now, see, that's fucked up too, though. Like, I wouldn't agree with him doing that.
Me neither.
Because if he does it to Elon, he can do it to anyone else.
It's
like,
no due process.
Exactly.
But
here's the other thing about, like, when they with the whole immigration thing, like I try to look at through MAGA lens, right? Like if I look at through the criminal lens, like oh, they're all criminals. One, we know that's not true statistically. I'm not even gonna run. I know all of them. They're not.
Yeah.
But what kills me more is like, okay, but if they're criminals, do you want to send them on a flight back home, or should they go to court and we prosecute and put them in prison?
Yeah.
Like if I go to another country and commit a crime, I'm getting locked up abroad. They don't send you back to America on a free flight so that you can just live out your life.
That's correct.
The fuck?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't we do the same? So you're now actually saying immigrants, come on in, rape a woman, we'll send you back home.
Mm-hmm. That's such a good point.
So that's what we're doing now.
Such a good point.
And it's true. They just don't look at it from any other angle because they're just hateful.
Well, my favorite recently is that the number of people in the Midwest who are saying, wait, our produce is going to go up? Or where's all the stuff that's normally on the shelves? And it's like, oh, because they were running on farms in Oxnard, which is where strawberries and blueberries and a lot of things come from that you eat. And they're scared to go to work. So even the immigrants that they didn't steal are not showing up for their jobs. And now there's 2 farmers in the Midwest who had to declare bankruptcy and are crying and are like, how come they're not coming to work? No one will do these jobs. It's like, no, you're exploiting the labor market. Yeah. And truly it starts from the top, right? We know that like, because the government or whomever is not allowing them to be paid an actual wage that is subsidized and that they can live on, what you're actually exploiting is cheap labor. So don't say it's immigration. The issue isn't that Americans don't want to do those jobs. Right. We won't do those jobs because you're not paying. Exactly. And then they want to blame the immigrants. Well, if they weren't here taking those jobs, and it's like, no, what we should do then is make them documented, up the minimum wage. That's all you do. You just make them actual American laborers, and then everybody can come up. Like, they're not taking the job that you want. They're not. No. They're not. And that's not what causes the people. It's, again, billionaires. It's the people at the top taking advantage of people in need. That's it. Well, my favorite question pre this most recent election cycle was, how much money do undocumented workers put into taxes?
$89 billion.
Yeah. And everyone say, oh, zero. And it's like, what do you think the TIN is?
$89 billion. And do you know how much Tesla paid last year?
Zero.
And
Amazon, I think, was zero too. Yeah. Amazon, Netflix, and Tesla, I think, paid
zero. Okay. And also, if you are looking at it from the money lens, it's stupid to get rid of them, because not even just like, oh, we need them to work. If you have a fucking business and you have any Latino customers, you're also getting rid of your customer base.
Correct.
Like, so stupid.
The number of like delis and bodegas and stuff who have said that their normal customers won't even come in. Not only are they not going to their jobs, they're not going to normal spots that they go to because they're so scared to not shop at like Latin markets, because they're like, well, what if they shop? It's just,
it's insane, dude.
I've said this before, but what got you into debating? Because you reached out to them, right? You were like, hey.
Yeah, I reached out to them because I was watching this a few times and I was like, oh, I want to do that, because I did a debate on Dr. Phil a few years ago now, and I was
on
like,
the show?
Yeah, actually, it was funny too, because you didn't know that?
No.
Oh my God, I have a whole set I do about it. It's hilarious. But like, a client of mine was the producer of his show, so she came to see me and she was like, yeah, we're doing an episode on Roe v. Wade being overturned. And this was right after it was overturned. And she's like, we're having women on to discuss it, and we really want you on the show. And I was like, what? Are you sure?
You're like, bitch, have you heard me talk?
Exactly why. She was like, yes, Sassy. I was like, okay, cool. All right. I know the assignment. Yeah. So I went or whatever, and it was fucking weird because the woman that I debated there, she was the first person I debated on Jubilee. It ended up being like round 2. Oh, wow. Like when she walked in the room, I was like, no fucking way. Is it her again? What are we talking about? Because her and Tucker Carlson, like 4 days after the episode aired, her and Tucker Carlson interview, and they were like talking shit about me. They like put up my picture and the video of me, and they were like, oh yeah, the nose ring girl, she's deeply damaged human and very angry. Fuck so funny. But I make a joke in it when I tell people that. I'm like, listen, I hate Tucker Carlson, but he's not totally wrong.
That assessment, I'll give him credit.
Yeah, okay, it's not totally wrong. But whatever, fuck him. But yeah, it's funny.
So how did you feel? Like, did you feel set up on the show? Because I know Dr. Phil does a lot of bait and switch. So you were clear about the assignment.
Totally. And he, I thought, honestly, I'm super disappointed in him right now, because when I met him, he was very nice. He was very smart. When she tried pulling out statistics that were totally wrong, he would shut her down.
He would.
He literally said, you're not coming on here to put out things that aren't true. He even said that he's pro-choice.
What?
Yeah, he goes, the government shouldn't be involved in any personal decision making. Like, this is a conservative Christian.
Yeah.
Right. So I was shocked that he would even say it on TV.
Yeah.
And I was proud though. I was like,
too.
good. He stands on business then. You know what I mean? Like, you're willing to go on in front of all your people.
And say that?
That's a big hit you could take. But
Yeah.
he did. So I was like, cool, that's great. But then they moved, then they shut the show down, moved everyone to Dallas to have its new show there. Which it didn't go.
I was gonna say, I
literally just talked to his producer the other day and she's like, oh, I'm not there anymore. We shut down, blah. I was like, okay, so I'm going to get together with her soon. But he now is like a full-on Trumper. Like, he is really far in now, though. Like, there's just footage of him the other day at a meeting with Trump telling him what a great job he's doing. Like, what? And did you see also that Dr. Phil, went out with ICE and was like,
tell me this isn't true.
He was interviewing people that were being hauled away by ICE. Like, how do you feel right now? I'm not kidding you. He legit was interviewing them as they're cuffed and being put in cars.
Being ripped from their families.
Yes.
Unfucking believable. Was he doing it for content? Obviously.
Yeah. It was for the show. He's doing it live. It's for people to watch. It's crazy.
That's really upsetting. And is he based out of Texas now?
Yeah. Because he's from there. He lives there.
Yeah.
So they just now they're in Texas, which is where they fucking belong.
I mean, truth be told, he give him credit for the marketing. It's like when he was in LA, he had an LA opinion.
It makes me sad though, because this was Oprah's guy. Yeah. You know, like, she platformed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. You're pro-choice. Black woman brought you up, and now you're...
It happens when they get older and get rich. I feel like he has so much money now, and like he's an older white dude.
Here's the thing about that. I would think, you're a white dude, you've made your bank, right? Like, you have fuck you money. Why wouldn't you just be starting to say fuck you to everybody?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, now you're in a position to really go ahead and say, I'm pro-choice, I'm this, or I'm that. And now he's not.
Maybe we're finding out how he actually feels. Maybe he actually is now saying how he feels.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's fucking valid. I always forget. Oh, yeah, they could turn out to
actually
be a piece of shit.
It's funny because I don't know if
That's true.
In Austin, I don't know if you experienced this, but like performing there, I was like, you know, you get bored, right? It's like, oh, everybody's saying the same thing.
Oh, man.
The T word, the F word. We're just here. The thing that I found to be and I don't mean to just like come for that city, but like the thing that I found to be very interesting was like LA's comedy scene and LA's entertainment scene and LA is like that whole world out here is massively competitive. It's the best of the best. It's the Olympics is what I compare it to.
Yeah.
And it's like going, if you started out here in comedy and then you move down there, it's like going from Olympic level training to maybe, I don't know, D1 college.
Okay. I was going to say varsity high school, but okay.
I know I was too. But I was like, that's rude. So I was
but we're along the same page.
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah.
Maybe freshman year of college. But you're like, so you went from the most competitive to the less competitive. Now, it's not to say that it's not a hustle and a grind out there. It is. And people are getting better and they're performing and whatever. But to be a bigger fish in a smaller pond warps your sense of how clever and funny and whatever you are. And it gives them this extra bravado because it's Texas. So it's like, pew, 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 I can shoot my guns in the air, I can say and do whatever I want, and I'm really funny.
Yeah.
What I kept saying when I was there was, come back to LA, buddy. Come back out here and do this exact set. You actually feel this way? You're going to say the T word and the F word and you're going to whatever, say all the words? Amazing. Come here, go to New York, do a verbatim set. And see what happens.
See, it's so funny you say that because I was talking to Ron Bush the other day and he was telling me, because I told him, I was like, I'm sick of doing just, you know, being in LA because I really want to perform for Republicans real bad, you know? And he was saying, oh, there's a great place in Vegas. He goes, and it will be 50% Republican, 50% Democrat. So I'm trying to see if he gets a show, if I can get on it because I really want to perform for Republicans.
With the
exact same shit.
With the intention of like changing hearts and minds or just calling them out?
Entertaining them.
Oh, so do you feel like they would get defensive though and still be able to be entertained?
Yeah. Because think about it, right? Like for instance, if I talk about Dr. Phil, just throwing in like, I hate Tucker, but you know, not totally wrong. They'll crack up at that
I'm being. You're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, I concede.
Yeah. I feel like they'll laugh at the fucked up abortion joke. One, laughter is involuntary.
That's right.
I gotcha. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just what's going to happen if you're funny.
Yeah.
And if you worded things correctly, you know? So I really want to, because I know I'll piss people off, but I know you're also going to laugh. And you're gonna go home and fucking think when I'm done.
That's really it. That's the magic right there.
Yeah.
But since you've only been doing it a year and a half, what gives you the confidence? Because I keep talking myself out of asking my people to be on shows or to like, I'm like, oh, I got to do more time. Like, what gives you the confidence in like?
Well, I'm not totally there. You know, like I'm still a little bit like you, a little bit where I'm like, oh, I don't know, and like whatever. So I need to become more confident myself. Yeah. I really do.
Me too.
My problem isn't once I'm on stage, I'm fine. It's more, I don't like going new places alone.
Ooh, same girl.
I hate walking into a place alone for the first time because I feel like all eyes are on me, even if they're not. And they're usually not, but like I feel it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like the Comedy Store, super intimidating.
Oh, really?
Super intimidating. I haven't even been in the main room yet before.
Oh, whenever you want to go, I'll go with you.
And I want to try potluck. Like I'm like,
I haven't done potluck. Yeah, that's scary because it's rigged.
See, that's funny because I don't know anything, right? And I don't want to know anything because I don't want to psych myself out.
It helps you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
I'm
like,
with you.
like, okay, so did you ever go to Accidental Chaos?
I've seen it on the list, but no.
Okay. I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh, really?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure.
Damn, okay.
But it was funny that I was talking to some comics and I was like, yeah, I heard about that place. I want to check it out. 3 different male comics, 3 different conversations told me, yeah, but if I were you, I wouldn't go alone.
Why? Why?
I literally was like, are you warning me about the inside or the outside of the club?
Immediately tell me.
Right?
And did you get clearer
One
on
of them said, well, it's down this sketchy alleyway. I was like, okay, fine. And the other 2 were like, well, kind of both. And I was like, okay. So I went the next day because like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So I went the next day or whatever. And I get why they would warn a woman. I get why they would warn a woman. You don't have to warn me. I'm not that woman.
Yeah.
But I get it because it was very like fratty. Like anytime someone says Accidental Chaos, like you pound on the ground 3 times, like kind of shit. Definitely a place I watched him make my drink. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. That, and also I pissed in the alley. I mean, their bathroom, I literally walked in. I was like, I will go outside. Like literally pissed in the alley because I was like, fuck this.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Is it run by a bunch of dudes?
Yes, it was run. We did an open mic there. Oh my God, he fucking lost it. There was only like 7 of us in the room and we all were getting 7 minutes. We were doing a writer's room. So you get 7 minutes, minute of critique, whatever. They light him at 6. He doesn't stop though at 7. So
not.
They waited another minute and lit him again. Doesn't stop. They light him again at 9 minutes. And he loses it. He goes, you're going to light me in my own fucking place. And then what does he start doing? He starts singing the song, this is the song that never. He did that for 5 more minutes.
Oh, he's psychotic.
14 fucking minutes. And then he like totally lost it on Yvonne Salas.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne's the nicest little teddy bear of a human.
Oh yeah, Yvonne left, and then the rest of us were like, "What the fuck?" And then they stopped doing the mic there, like the writers' room that we were trying to do. It was Mammal and Ron Bush that were trying to.
So nice too.
I know, and it was actually going to be I thought the perfect environment for a writers' room because you can smoke in there. They have drinks, like people are hanging out, so it felt cool.
Yeah.
But that guy just ruined it. But it's like that, like Deaf Noodles.
Yep.
The club owners, man, they get fucking weird.
They do.
And they ruin the vibe for everybody else.
Listen, I think that's happening at a different location as well, but I can't say it.
Yeah. Are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, first off, I went to Everett's show at the Comedy Store Sunday.
You did.
And one of the comics actually called out my name on stage. She's like, fuck him, I hate him. She's like, you can Instagram him. Like, what?
She's feeling, because he's not safe. If you deny him romantically, he becomes a very unsafe person. You know that he's problematic, but you don't want to address it. That's fine. Your mics keep being full. You keep making your money. What's going to happen is going to have a moment where we see his total teeth and true colors, and he does it to the wrong person, and they respond, and he's in his anger or his PTSD or whatever it is, and they collide and they get sued. That's what's coming. I promise you that's what's coming. I love Badger and Jam.
I've never been there. I need to go.
It's so good. It's such a good vibe.
It's on Thursdays?
I did one last night. The really fun Clips mic is on Sunday. They give you free video.
Are they unslotted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like that space, but the parking is just the only reason that it's kind of a bummer.
Because what's it on? Is it off Santa
No,
Monica?
it's on Sunset. It's like 2 blocks up from the store. So it's like, yeah, the parking sucks.
Yeah, that
But
does suck.
it's a really good space.
Huh.
So if you can, it's inclusive.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't get out enough.
Yeah. Well, what mics are you regularly doing? Is it
Yeah, that's it right now. I know that I should. Well, I want to check out Hollywood comedy.
Yeah, I do too. She's famous as fuck now.
Yeah,
I'm
and
impressed.
I've heard mixed reviews about the place.
Oh, I've heard it's impossible to get a laugh there. It's kind of, I've heard it's like fourth wall, but
Yeah, I've heard it's just weird. That's all I've heard.
yeah, but you can get up a bunch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You won't know if a joke's working.
But that's just it. It's like, but I don't want to waste time doing shit that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
yes, I felt that way last night where I was like, it's a bunch of comics, nobody's really laughing, you can't get a sense. Yeah, it's the constant.
That's why, like, on my Monday afternoon mics, I usually try to bring in people that aren't comics to sit in the audience.
Watch?
Yeah,
that's so kind of you.
Because
like friends of yours?
Yeah, just because
really
it's
kind.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. The first time I did it, literally the half the chairs were audience, and the only half were they were all like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "This is what we fucking need."
Yeah,
okay,
it is. Yeah, it is.
I can't rely on fucking Kyle Naughton to give me a goddamn laugh. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, bless. Yeah. I mean, I would love to see some of those spaces. Like, I was really feeling like would come back and it would be okay and he wouldn't be in charge of it anymore and someone else would be running it. And apparently he still has the space.
Yeah,
it's still branded as Deaf Noodles?
Yes, as a private invite only club. Someone sent me the listing. Like, someone sent me the invite. I was like, shut up.
Stop it. Invite only meaning to perform or invite only to be in? So are comics actually performing?
I have no idea.
I've heard of no one performing there.
No, because it's total bullshit. He also he set up like a debate type thing. Someone sent me the flyer because he was like, if you're left wing or right wing, come. And then someone was like, you should go do it. I was like, I am never going back in there.
No.
No.
I was at the mic that got you banned.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
you were there.
You didn't do anything.
I threw a stool.
Okay, but you didn't throw it at anyone. And we were doing, it was the writing session with Doug, and it was like, go to this emotional place. It was like an acting class.
Yeah, it was an acting class.
Yeah, and it's like, you can't get mad that someone went to an emotional place and had to react. Like, what do you do? And also, the chair didn't break.
No,
you didn't throw it at anyone. Real culpable person there was actually Doug.
Yeah, and Doug went to bat for me. Like,
he did.
Oh, he didn't even know I was banned. They didn't ask him anything. So I called him, or I texted him. I was like, so I was just banned from the club. And he immediately called me and was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I told him, and he's like, no. He goes, I'll talk to them. This will be fine. He goes, they know it was an acting class. I'll talk to them. So he went and spoke to them that night, and they said no, because I'm a danger and a liability to everyone.
That's literally what they said.
They literally wrote that to me in text and sent me footage of myself doing that scene. And so messaging me all this, banned me, fine, whatever. Doug was like, I don't want you to give up on comedy, because he could tell I was shook, because I had only been doing comedy like 3 months at this point.
Oh, that's such bullshit.
So it was like, I was like, did I break a rule? Like, do people hate me now? I was like, uh-oh.
Also, you started comedy when you're in the throes of an awful depression bout. This doesn't fucking help.
And I went to No Bad Mics. That was another club someone suggested. So I went there and I signed up for a 10-minute set. So I was like, cool, they do 10 minutes, I'll do 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I ran like out of material around 8 or something. So I was like, what can I talk about? And I was like, oh, has anyone seen themselves on CCTV? I was like, 3 times. And the last one was, I tell everyone the story about what happened. And I posted it online. And I didn't realize what a following of haters he has. Because YouTube, people started commenting, like, I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize. He hits me up and goes, I don't like to brag about my successes in comedy, but I could easily cripple your career.
He fucking threatened you?
Yeah. And I sent back a message saying, you should have called me. Screenshot. Like, why would
what threatened you about what? Because you were honest about what happened to yourself?
Correct. And then, yes.
Ooh, girl, people come for you.
And
I don't love that.
Maybe a month after that, so it had been a total of like 2 months being banned, they wrote back to me saying they're lifting my ban.
Oh, fuck off. Goodbye.
So I waited a couple of weeks and I went back because I was
Good for you.
Because I was like, fuck him. And also, like, I liked all the comics I met there.
Yeah.
And all of you guys were still going there. So I was like, fuck him. I don't care. I'm going to go back. So I went back and Jackson Britt was there. And Jackson was like, oh, I'm so glad you're back. Like, I heard about your band from Mike. And I was like, I don't know Mike. So now it's people are talking, right?
Jesus.
Like, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Mike wasn't in class. I never spoke to him. So, all right. So Jackson was like, why were you banned? And remember, he was in class that day too.
He sure was.
So I was like, you know what? I go, I don't think we should talk about it in here. So let's go outside.
Good for you because there's mics everywhere.
Yeah. So we go outside, we talk about it, and he was like, wait, it's because of our class? I was like, yes, dude. Because he was there, and he was like...
It didn't affect any of us. We weren't shocked.
That's why he was shocked then when he heard why I was banned. Yeah. So then we go inside, we do the mic. 2 hours later, I'm at home, he calls me, who was not at the club that night. And he goes, Ceci, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay, what the fuck did I do now? And I thought, is it because of my set? Because I did a set about men who manscape, either sluts or gentlemen. And fucking Jeff walks out of the back wearing a shirt that says Manscaped on it.
Shut your mouth.
I swear to God. Abby immediately looks at me like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck?
This timeline is not real. I am in the vortex. I do not know what is happening.
I was like, what the hell? And then he was like, Ceci, you know all the security cameras in there have microphones. And I was like, so?
Even the ones outside?
And I was like, so? And he goes, well, are you talking shit? And I was like, Jackson asked me a question. We went outside to talk about it. He goes, yeah, they have them outside too.
That's psychotic.
And I go, so someone listened in on my conversation and called you and told you to check me. And he go, and then they sent him the footage and audio.
I'm gonna get up. Why are they coming for you?
I have no idea.
You're like, sorry, it's not like you're fucking like you could.
I'm a nobody.
That's not what I was gonna say.
But
and I don't feel that way.
But in the realm
of people who do damage, it's not like you're like. And it's not like you have a Substack that has,
and it really did like, I mean, it was very, it was so weird. And then on top of it, it sucked too for that a little period of time because, and I love it, and I don't hold this against him, but for a while there, he didn't want to be seen with me.
Sure, because he was scared of his reputation.
Yeah, he was like,
it's a very LA thing.
Too punk rock. And and the thing is I'm not, I don't know. I'm not a person who stops hanging out. I just don't do that.
Same.
You know, I get that he wants to be liked by everyone, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be.
No, and accept that. The only way you get ahead actually is,
that's just it. Okay, you're not going to win them all. And so that kind of sucked a little bit. But then I think once people started hearing my side of it and seeing, fucking nuts, asking people to sign NDAs and shit, like get out of here.
Well, the Ian, the like that thing, that collision probably helped you too, which is psychotic. It shouldn't have. That happening to you is bullshit, and I'm sorry that you walked through that. And if I would have been like closer to you then, I would have obviously that sucks, and I would have stopped going sooner. But I think the collision of the Ian and Def situation also,
that's what someone else said too. They're like, you got caught right in the center of that.
And it actually all the heat went towards Ian because Ian was on a campaign, but then Ian assaulting Teresa within, I think it was 6 months later, maybe shorter than that. It's like the cascade of all of the mental illness around this got exposed, and that's what sucks is when you're in comedy, there's so many mentally ill people that you can get caught up in that stuff, especially if you're a strong personality who's like, oh no, you're not gonna come for me without having facts.
And what was weird too, and what sucks, and I really wish I could find out why, but when I did my roast battle at the Comedy Store against Marcus Dawson, I won all 5 judges and the audience. I fucking crushed it. Pat was super happy with me. And then, they post them on YouTube every Tuesday.
I think you told me this and they didn't post yours.
No, they edited us out. Why? I have no idea.
You still don't know?
No. And I'll never know. Doug was like, it's just a wash. She's like, you're just going to have to, you did it. And I go, but I want to show people what I did. I want to see it too.
And they wouldn't let you guys shoot your own footage when you were in there? Yeah, that's what they do. That's I don't know. That's odd.
I know.
Did something, was there a
And it's funny too how many of the comments are like, where's the fourth battle? Because everyone's used to seeing 4.
Did anybody respond?
I was like, I don't know what the hell's happening.
That's so weird. And
I know. I'm like, am I being blacklisted?
Yeah, gaslit. Is the industry gaslighting you? So you're like, you're not even here.
Am I supposed to go to the East Coast? What the fuck?
Lord.
I know. I really want to do comedy in New York real bad.
Your vibe matches. I feel like you really should consider it, even if you just go out for a week.
Yeah.
I can point you to who will put you up and how to get on to things. You're not dumb. You'll figure it out. But it's you'll know which ones to hit that are supportive and good and can it becomes a cascade of once one person puts you onto something, then you're
Let's get you shampooed.
Okay. I don't either.
I won't.
I don't either.
That was the other thing I had to tell a bunch of fucking dudes. I'll tell you, I was with D. Frank one day.
Oh, D is such a mess in the best way.
I love D.
I do too.
Doug, I was with Dee and I was talking about Doug because this was after the band and stuff. And Dee was another one. It was like, let's go to clubs together then.
Aww.
I know. I was so lucky I had those two.
Yeah.
But then Dee goes, oh, are you and Doug? And I was like, no. I was
You're like, let me get very clear.
I was like,
absolutely
no.
not.
And then Dee and I get out of the car. We go into a bar that we're doing a mic at. And Marcus Dawson was there and saw us together. When Dee went to the bathroom, he comes up to me. He's like, oh, are you and Dee?
God, why do men need to know? It's so odd.
And then when we all sat at the table, it was me and all male comics. And I just told them, I go, listen, I just want everyone here to know that I don't fuck comics, I fuck fans. So you can let everyone else know that too.
And you guys can quit asking me. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you normally part your hair? Or do you move it around?
I move it around, but if I am going to part it, it's usually that way.
Okay, cool. I'm going to cut it down the center actually because I want you to have volume. And then
Thank you.
lengthwise, you want me to keep as much as possible, yeah?
I want to be able to put it up still for like, because I work out.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, like, whatever you think is going to look cuter, I'm down for. So,
Cool. And then around the face, how do you feel? Like, do you want some face framing? I think is for sure what we need.
Okay.
I'm just wondering how you want to be able to put it all back, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, but if like,
So like if I do it here, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I want to open your face up.
thank you.
Yeah. It's a pretty face. It needs to be seen.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like the getting clear on the like not fucking all the men. Like I told a comic who was engaging in intercourse with a male comic, I said to her, I was like, be careful because this will be the reputation that you then have and people will stop paying attention to you. It's not fair. I don't love it. You should, as a woman, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
But if you want to be taken seriously in comedy, like it's still very much an antiquated system.
Yeah.
Where short of you, like, you know, being a Christina Pudzinski and marrying your guy, which is like possible and great, and I love that for you.
Yep.
Be real careful if you're, you know, cycling through because that becomes what people ask about and pay attention to, and then you won't be talked about for being funny. You'll be talked about for who you're fucking. And she was like, no, I know, and it didn't really change. But
Who are we talking about? Oh, okay. Because I wasn't sure if we were still talking about her. It moved on to someone else.
there's probably others. God bless. God bless.
You know, I know that's the thing too. It's like I don't want to get that reputation.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be looked at like that. I want you to. And you know, here's the thing too: is I know no one's listening when I'm on stage, not even men anyway, because I went to a fucking Super Bowl party with a bunch of comics, and one of them mentioned, oh, actually, it was Paul. Starts with an M.
Monteleone?
Yeah, who I love.
I love him
adorable.
too. He was adorable.
But he mentioned me being gay, and I was like, I'm not gay.
You've never even said that from stage.
I was like, I'm not gay.
Oh, he's
And
just
he
going
was
based
like,
off of vibes.
yeah, and probably my hair. And he was like, oh. And then Jackson heard him, and he goes, you're not gay? And I was like, okay, so I've known both of you for over a year, and I talk about sucking dick and my prolapsed anus. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, what do you think?
I was like, none of you listen when I'm on stage.
There
No
you
one's
go.
listening.
There
Okay,
you go.
good to know. Good to know.
But then they expect you to listen when they are.
Yeah.
Which makes me
That was another funny thing. I get very offended or defensive, I should say, for other comics.
Me too.
Because yesterday I hosted and Tom Fox was like, who I actually like. I like Tom.
I don't think I know Tom.
He's big, looks like a lumberjack, redhead. He yesterday was saying some shit and he was like talking about like, oh, when he has to sit through some stuff he doesn't want to sit through. And I looked at him and I go, Tom, we have to sit through your shit too.
Good for you.
I go, and I'm not here for any of you to talk shit about anybody else. I was like, absolutely not.
Good for you.
I don't like that shit at all. Like,
Yeah.
I have to sit through your 5.
Yes.
And it doesn't, I'm not saying his is bad. I actually think he's
No,
funny.
But
like, come
that's
on.
not the point.
Exactly.
I hate that idea that like I am so petty. I'm such a petty bitch. Especially when girls do it. If I see you on your phone the entire time I'm doing my set and I see that you're not paying attention, because I love to be a supportive laugher, and like maybe that's disingenuous because you won't know if I like your joke or not. But like,
Oh yeah, I
like,
won't do that.
I will
But
supportive laugh. But like I'm definitely only gonna pull out my phone if I saw you on yours. And there was a girl, I can't remember her name. She got really pissed and like called out, oh, you guys are all on your phones. And it was because she was on her phone for every single person's set. And so all of us did the
do you
same
remember
thing.
who this was?
I could describe her, but I don't remember her name.
Glasses?
No.
Okay.
Skinny, younger,
Okay.
light brown hair, maybe a little bit more on the blonde side.
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I will continue to be a petty queen. I will, if you are on your phone and you can't be bothered. And look, it's a uniquely Los Angeles mic scene thing to make you sit through the whole mic. And that's a new-ish, like in the last 5 years thing, because my friends who came up in the scene a long time ago were like, no, you go in, you do your 5, you leave. Like, nobody stays for the full mic. And I'm like, oh yeah, now people stay. And it's kind of an expectation. It's like a social expectation. And they're like, what about the mics that are like 2.5 hours long? I'm like, oh yeah, I've sat through many 2.5 hour
Yeah,
mics.
which that's just too long.
It's too long. It's too fucking long.
It's too fucking long.
An hour and a half maximum.
Which, that was the one thing I liked about Accidental Chaos. What they would do on Thursday nights, what they did, it was just a continuous. So like they would start at, 7 p.m., but they'd go till 2 a.m. So the list just keeps moving. So you can come in and out because people are always there.
Oh, that's great, actually.
It was actually a very smart way of keeping people in the room and moving people out and shifting who the audience is. And the energy. It was actually a very smart, and actually there's a new mic that's doing it like that. I'll have to find out where. This guy came to the mic I was hosting a few weeks ago and mentioned, he was like, can I announce my mic? I was like, yeah. And he said that they're doing it like that. And I was like, love that. That's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah. Please tell me if you think of it.
Because it would suck to have everyone obviously leave after their set, because then what are you left with, right?
And that's why you never wanted to be last.
Exactly.
It was like, oh, no one's there.
If it was set up the way that I just described, it's like, cool. Then you can come and go and hang out, whatever.
And the shifting of the energy, it also like teaches you how, I saw this at the store, like the reactions you get at 6 p.m. are wildly different than the reactions you get at 12 a.m.
Hell yeah.
And granted, like people being 6 cocktails in or whatever, that helps. But it also is just like, it's a different mentality for people who stay out that late.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah. I would be very curious how a mic would respond to. I have to do Hollywood comedy. I know I do.
I do too. You and I got to go together then. Because you and I both, I feel like, have the same kind of fears.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like things that hold us back are kind of the same.
Getting our own way.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely get in my own way.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at some point you just have to force yourself into a space, but I just really struggle with like that. And I've watched her just be like, yep, I'm on tour. And I'm like, really? Like, and it's like, yeah, you are. And you know what? If you can book yourself out of places, fucking do it. Yeah. Do it. Because you're only going to hear no if you don't do it.
It's true. So, no questions, no answers.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm a little envious, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like, I definitely want to do it, go on tour and all that.
You absolutely could. I think your humor works. If not but for you like eliminating curse words from your sets, you could really do well in the college circuit because of how progressive you are. Truly. Like, do you know who Nimesh Patel? Do you know that comic? He's so funny.
Yeah, I think I do.
He got they tried to really destroy his career after he did a college set for the Southeast Asian something. He is Indian. And it was the Southeast Asian like appreciation council or something for some school in California. And he did a set that was like kind of coming for them, but kind of coming for everybody. But he is a member of the community. So it was like, it wasn't punching down. It was just like,
right.
And I don't remember all the details. He's talked about it a lot on podcasts and I can't remember what it was. But basically they tried to destroy his career and he got kicked off of the college circuit because of it. And they like wanted him to give the money back that he was paid to be there because they said he was so offensive, and he didn't even clock the joke that they were referencing that was bad, and they cut his time. They turned off the mic. I have to look it up. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was just like, what? And I think he went on Rogan and talked about it, but he was just like,
how do you get onto a college circuit?
NACA is the company, and it's the North American College Association.
Okay, when we're done here, we're gonna have to write that down for me, because I 100% would love to get in those college brains, especially because I was talking about the other day. I was like, I hate that like Charlie Kirk is going to all these colleges. These are the ages they're figuring out where do I stand politically and religiously, and we have this cunt showing up to brainwash them,
and it's working.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that info, but yeah, if you can get video of yourself doing a clean 5 and or actually I think it might have to be 10, but just like a clean, but the fact that you talk about like politically relevant things.
Yeah.
Do you, on all of your YouTube stuff, do you have any where you're not like cursing? I don't know why cursing is such a big deal to them.
I mean, no, I could bleep it.
Okay. Don't waste your time doing that. But if you have 10 minutes where you're not even bleeped, but not saying anything, just try and get that, and you would be an easy submission for that circuit. I've had a couple friends that did it, and you can make money. I mean, you'd be traveling a ton.
Yeah, which is, I don't care.
Well, you'd make a lot of coin. Because think of how many colleges there are in the
I
US,
know. That's why I'm over here like, wait a minute, how do I get onto a tour like that? Which it's funny that I'm learning how much of it is just you asking.
That's it.
It's crazy. I just don't know who to ask.
Yeah. And it's also, I mean, there are agencies that will rep you for just the college circuit, but they have super specific parameters of the ways that they will represent you, how much they take, what they're booking you.
Right.
So my friend who is a booking manager, I will say he is on the road probably 49 weeks out of the year. And like, he's like a pretty well-established comic, but he said without his booking agent, he's like, there's no way I could book myself this frequently. Cause he's like, it's an exhausting, just the process of like, okay, what weekends do you have free, and waiting for the email back and getting the email back. Okay, well, those don't work for me. What about these? That kind of shit. He said that has changed his whole career, and he's a full-time working comic because of his booking agent. So that would be next step for you too.
Yeah.
But just getting yourself on tape. That's the biggest thing.
All right.
And it's easier
to do that.
Yeah. It's easier if you're clean, but
yeah, and I can be I can. I'll just have to consciously remember not to swear. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Because I can definitely tell all my jokes without the swears. Like they're not
dependent upon
No,
it.
they're not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's hard when they
just when you naturally speak that way.
That's my thing. I've tried to start eliminating curse words from my, not evident at all by this chat, but I tried to and eliminate them from my like everyday usage, because I'm like, they fall out of my mouth on stage because I'm saying them so often in life.
Right.
I'm like, that's not.
I know. I try to stop myself when I swear. I'm like, language. And then I try to, but it's hard. Yeah. It's tough. And especially depending on what I'm talking about, sometimes it's like, how am I not using the F word?
Yeah. Especially now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Especially when I'm always thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little gym. I treat it like I view it like the gym, where I'm like, all right, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this to get better. So I'm going to do this.
Right.
I don't feel that way about shows. Shows are super fun, but it's because you're doing the club bangers. Like, you know that these things are going to work. I think that's the part that.
Right.
But do you ever resent? I resent this. This is such a petty thing, and it's who cares? It's not my fight. But like, when people do the same shit over and over and over and over and over again every time I see them in a mic, and I watch it do well, and I'm like, I get what's happening. Like, you're doing jokes that you know work. But when do you try the new stuff?
Right.
I mean, maybe you don't, I guess.
I don't know, because I know what you mean. I've heard a lot of people with the same shit for the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. I don't
Plus,
either. Don't you get bored? Like, I was telling you that one comic that was there last night who's very clearly memorized and this is how.
Who is it?
I've only ever seen him last night. I don't remember his name.
Okay.
He was very, very nice. Very, very nice. Ken?
But just really rehearsed.
So rehearsed, and very clearly he kept saying, I should try something new. And then he would go back to what was very clearly his already established set. And again, it's like, whatever, it's your mic. You can get up there and just fart in a bag and be like, this is how I'm using my 5 minutes. Like, you can do what you want to do. But I feel like you drove all the way here. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
God bless them. God bless them. They get to do what they want.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to blow it out so we can talk about anything. Or talk shit. Oh my God, actually, I'll talk shit. Have you ever had, because I have never had, like, I had it until last summer. I had not met a female comic that felt like, oh, you don't like me because I'm another female. Other than I was just sitting there like, this girl is so fucking irritating.
And this particular roast, you were only going to win if you shot low. And did stereotypical bullshit mean things.
Right. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be somebody, like,
fascinating how quickly people will just be like, oh, I don't really,
I think about that too.
I don't care.
Right.
Shit is not protected.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, so they can keep his money under the
So
auspices.
they can just say whatever they want.
Correct.
That is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I really like this color.
I like this color.
It's good for fall too. I like this color.
Yes, and for New York.
Yes. Your nails ever get, they feel so nice. Do they ever get like all dyed out?
Yeah,
They do.
but you know it's nice because like they don't really stain because of the gel over them.
Oh,
But
they
it's-
don't? Oh, that's
No,
nice.
but so it's nice because like my hands always look clean.
Oh, that's great.
Because like otherwise I look like I have mechanic's hands. I don't have pretty hands.
Same.
They really okay.
Woohoo. Holy shit, my hair looks great.
Woo!
Damn, girl.
Ah, there she is.
Damn.
I'm gonna clean you up.
Hello.
Yeah, and then if you part it, you know, you'll
Either
get
way.
more volume.
Look at you.
I
I wish I knew how to do this. My
So-
hair's never looked this good.
It looks good.
I'm trying to get this melon.
I
bigger.
love this.
Me too.
This looks good. Nice and bouncy.
Yeah.
I'll show you the back.
Thank you.
Here's that. I will turn you.
Should have done a before picture. I didn't even think about
I
it.
know. Well, we've got you on video.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice and bouncy.
I love it. So
Yeah.
see, this is great.
Looks good.
You're talented.
Thank you. It's true.
Yeah.